this is the royal story. Welcome to my channel. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex Harry and Meghan resigned as senior members of the British royal family 2 years ago, and 2 years later a royal insider has revealed a ridiculous comeback plan for them to return to the royal family and assume royal duties after Prince Charles of Wales succeeds to the throne. In an interview, royal expert Tom Quinn said, "An insider told me something very interesting. They said that Harry and Meghan both believed that, when May's royal family died, that is, Queen Elizabeth II, that they could return to the royal family when Prince Charles became king and then continue their royal duties in the part-time way they wanted. They would then spend 6 months of each year working as a member of the royal family, and another 6 months doing their own thing in the United States, or wherever they wanted to be." Let's start by explaining why Harry and Meghan would have such a ridiculous idea. When Harry and Meghan announced her resignation in 2020, the idea was to downgrade their rank in the royal family from senior member to ordinary member, not to leave the royal family, so they could split their time between the UK and other countries. But when Meghan told the Queen about the idea, the old man made it clear that they couldn't have one foot out and one foot in. At the time, Harry and Meghan was very unhappy with the Queen's decision, but could not do anything about it, in which Prince Harry had stressed to the Queen that there were precedents among the royal family, such as Edward and Sophie, the Earls of Wessex, who had worked profitably while retaining their royal status at a young age, but this still could not convince the Queen, and eventually Harry complained that he wanted to continue to represent his grandmother when he gave his exit speech in private, but she would not allow him to do so. So, Harry and Meghan was born with the idea that Harry's father, Prince Charles, would be more open-minded than the Queen, and allow them to become part-time royals. Before Harry and Meghan signed the withdrawal agreement with the royal family, Charles had made an offer that he would retain the core membership of the Harrys after his succession in exchange for them staying in the royal family, but they did not compromise, and this may be one of the reasons why they thought Charles would agree to their unreasonable demands, and as for another reason maybe that the Harrys thought Charles would compromise to repair the father-son relationship with Harry. Yet Harry and Meghan seem to have ignored the damage they did to Charles during their 2 years away from the royal family, and in 2020 when the Harrys launched several successive diatribes at Charles in interviews with Oprah Winfrey, and on a mental health show with the latter, accusing him of not being a proper father and not being a proper king. Perhaps at first the Harrys had the idea that Charles was indebted to them, but because the scale was not well controlled, Charles' thoughts about them had long changed from indebtedness to anger, and by late 2021 Charles was repeatedly exposed to the plan to completely separate himself from the Harrys after his succession, so that they could no longer have a negative impact on the royal family, and was supported by his eldest son, Prince William. As for why Harry wants to return to the royal family after repeatedly attacking it, Mr. Tom said that Harry probably never had any intention of harming the royal family, and that he only acted because his love for Meghan was too crazy, and that Harry never really wanted to leave the royal family, but wanted to seek a royal role that was truly his, and would not be as redundant as the past. The first time I saw him, he was a replacement for the heir apparent. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. I'll keep sharing more great content.